Chapter 11 of For Heaven's Sake, Little Talks to Little Folks by Reverend Gerald T. Brennan. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Maria Therese. Chapter 11 5 Precious Diamonds. If I were to tell you, boys and girls, that you are in danger of losing 5 precious diamonds, you would ask me, "What diamonds? Why, we haven't any diamonds." Now, you may be surprised, but just the same you do own some diamonds. Yes, each one of you owns 5 diamonds, the most beautiful and the most precious diamonds in the whole world. Now, I can see that you are very much surprised. Maybe you think that I'm trying to fool you. Well, I'm not. What are these 5 precious diamonds? How does it happen that you own 5 precious diamonds? Listen. One day St. Teresa of Avila was saying her prayers. As Teresa prayed, she held a crucifix in her hand. Now and then Teresa stopped her prayers and looked at the crucifix. She thought about Christ and how much He suffered. Then Teresa prayed some more. As Teresa prayed, she felt a tug on the crucifix. Someone was pulling the crucifix from Teresa's hand. Teresa looked up, and there stood Jesus. Yes, Jesus took the crucifix from Teresa's hand. Jesus said nothing. He held Teresa's crucifix in His hand and stared at the crucifix for a long time. Then Jesus returned the crucifix to Teresa. Teresa looked at the crucifix. Something wonderful had happened. Teresa looked at the nailed hands, the nailed feet, the wounded side of Jesus Christ. The 5 wounds of Jesus were no longer there. The 5 wounds of Jesus had disappeared from Teresa's crucifix. They were gone. In place of the 5 wounds were 5 beautiful stones, 5 precious diamonds. Never before had Teresa seen such precious diamonds. Yes, Jesus had changed His 5 wounds into 5 precious diamonds. 5 precious diamonds, the most beautiful diamonds in the whole world. You know, boys and girls, how much Jesus suffered from His 5 wounds, 2 in His hands, 2 in His feet, and 1 in His side. You know that Jesus suffered those wounds for you and for me. Those wounds were the price that Jesus had to pay for our sins, the price that Jesus had to pay for our souls. Jesus wants us to think of His 5 wounds as 5 precious diamonds, and I think that you know why. Let's suppose, boys and girls, that we could gather all the diamonds of the world and place them in one large bag. And let's suppose that we could place that large bag of diamonds before God. Do you know that that bag of diamonds would not be enough to pay God for our sins? Why, that bag of diamonds would not be enough to pay for one mortal sin. All the diamonds in this world could not buy our way into heaven. When Jesus suffered on the cross, Jesus bought our souls. And Jesus paid a mighty big price for our souls. Why, no one ever suffered as much as Jesus suffered from those 5 wounds. But Jesus was willing to suffer, because Jesus wanted our souls. Yes, Jesus bought and paid for our souls. Our souls belong to Jesus. Whenever the devil tries to make you sin, just think about those 5 wounds of Christ, those 5 precious diamonds. Keep away from mortal sin, and you'll never lose your 5 precious diamonds. End of chapter 11.